What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit differently, something that I haven't done before on my own. So I'm currently driving an Arctic, and the last time I drove an Arctic was back on my driving lessons about 2.5 months ago. So since then I've been getting used to the road, getting used to the job as a driver, in a rigid 26 tonner, and yeah, I've been quite comfortable with it. But now it's pushing my limits out of the comfort zone, let's say. It's been going all right so far. I've been driving for 3.5 hours. I'm about half an hour away from my first delivery. The first one isn't too much of an issue. So currently I've got a 3-ton machine on and a 7-ton machine on. The first delivery is, by the looks of it, nice and accessible. I'll have plenty of room. But the next one is in Whitby, and I've got to deliver to Poundland, which by the looks of the maps is going to be very difficult. So it's going to be a nice old challenge for me, and there's a potential that I might get stuck. I really do hope that I don't, but let's just have our fingers crossed. Let's go get the first delivery done. I've got my GoPro today, so I can basically record getting the machines on and off and what I do as a daily. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. But the size of the loads isn't going to matter too much today, because I've got to worry more about getting the Arctic down a seaside town village, down some back streets, and down a road where there's nowhere to turn around. So it's all going to be fun and games, but let's get over there. Let's do the first one. I will need a tacho brake. I've got a really dry throat today. Let's get the first one done. I'll need a tacho brake in between North Allerton and Whitby, and then let's just see what it brings.
It was an illusion now. Yeah, I just wanna see you out. So give it up. Leaving all your texts on red with the games you left now. Give it up. Sick of all the things you said getting in my head now. So I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know.
That's not a very good start. So where I've got to go is right beside the A1M. You can literally see the building as you drive past. But my sat-nav, which is a TomTom Go for the HGVs, decided that it wants to take me back up the A1M, down to the next junction and back up again. So basically it's got confused because of where it was pinpointed for the correct building. It was basically right beside the A1M. So the sat-nav's decided that I need to park on the A1M, climb over all the bushes and shrubbery to get to my destination. Well, that's not a very good idea, especially when you're in a 44-ton Arctic. You know, that's not a very good idea at all. So I'm now heading back down south, down the A1M, to then go to the next junction to go back up again. Bit of a ball ache, especially when I've now just clocked over 4 hours of driving. So where I thought I'd get probably half an hour east, heading towards like Newcastle and Whitby, I'm now going to have a 45-minute break where I, once I've unloaded, have to have a 45-minute break. So not an ideal situation, but these things happen, so you just got to deal with it. So I managed to deliver the first machine, which is all good and dandy. I wasn't able to record because there was a lot of people on the site, and I literally had to like reverse in, unload, and then get straight back out of the way again, because there was telehandlers and all sorts moving around the site. It looks like they were building an additional building onto the company, so yeah, I wasn't able to stop and set up the camera. But on the next one, hopefully I'll be able to capture it. I'm going to record going into the road, just so you can see like what I'm dealing with, and then I'm going to stick my GoPro, which I've got somewhere here, on the mount. That I'll stick on the back of the cab and just basically watch getting it off, and then all good to go. So yeah, I'm just going through, I don't know, some country lanes at the minute, some back roads, which is actually really nice sights. It looks like moorlands. Real nice area, to be fair. But yeah, it's time to get to the next one. I'm not far away now, probably half an hour, 40 minutes, so we're nearly there. So I thought for a moment, whilst my phone's doing a time lapse of the journey, I pulled over, set it all up, etc., ready for the journey. I may as well test the GoPro, because the last thing I want to do is stick that to the back of the truck or wherever, getting some footage as we're going into the town, and then we arrive and it falls off and it's down the road being ran over by the tyres. So that's the last thing that I want. So this is really just a quick test, but I'm also going to watch this back in a moment once I stop and just see what the audio and everything's like, because when I went into Turkey a few months ago, I was recording on the GoPro. I don't know whether it was because it was just in a waterproof casing or what, but the audio was shocking. So hopefully this will be a little bit better now it's out of the waterproof casing. But the scenery around here, man, is beautiful. Real nice places. You can see for miles. I love driving roads like this. It's a shame I'm not in my car. These roads would have been perfect for a car like mine. But let's continue with the journey.
Yeah, it was an illusion now. You're leaving all the doors like that. And I don't wanna know. Yeah, I don't wanna know.
Right, so this is now getting close to where I need to be, but the roads don't look too bad at the moment, but it's going to get worse. I did come down here in Street View last night, and it gets quite tight, so this is going to be quite fun. We've got to do a right here. Taxi parked in a bloody awkward spot. You, of course you are. Come on, truck, get going. Bit of wheel spin there around this horrible bloody island. Up and over the curb slightly, not much I can do about it. This is where it gets tight. And of course the car's coming up. Thank you very much, sir. Hopefully there's no more coming around this corner, because if there is, I'm screwed. No. So far so good. Right. This is where it gets interesting. So, where am I gonna go here? Come on, mate, get your dog off the road. Jesus, this is actually a lot tighter than it looks on Google Maps. This is going to be really fun. Put the party beacons on, because I'm here to party. Awkward bloody stone in the road. That'll be fun when I'm reversing out in a bit. Right, I'm going down here. That might be fun, getting around that corner after. Right. This is where the fun starts. So I've got to deliver just on the left here. So where am I gonna go? Well, that was an abomination. Like, literally, that was actually really scary. Like, you'll probably think, oh, there's nothing to it. Yeah. Don't forget, this is the first time I've drove an Arctic on the public roads as well, other than my driving lessons. And, you know, I haven't had to deal with anything as tight as what I've just had to. and you'll see where I parked on the last clip. But I had my GoPro set up and everything. Where's my other bit gone? I've lost my bloody GoPro. Basically, the bracket snapped, so it didn't stay in the mount. So it come off of there, and yeah, I wasn't able to capture anything. So good job I didn't put it on the outside of the truck, because if that bracket had snapped, if that little clip had snapped, see how it's meant to have a prong just here? Yeah, well, if that had snapped outside, I could have potentially ran over my GoPro. Then that's me out of it. That, like, you know, it's one of those things. But I got out first time and I managed to navigate around the road. I didn't have time to set up my phone to record because I was literally blocking that whole street. I had the guys who I've just dropped the machine off for basically stop the road so I could reverse straight up and back out, but it was tight. But I'm off to Halifax now, so I've done an hour and 41. I should be able to get to Halifax before needing another taco. I'm hoping to get to Sheffield tonight before I need to park up for the night, but let's get on with it and let's get down to the next one. I'll try and see if I've got another clip in my set so that I can potentially record the next one of loading up a machine. So there's a quick clip of me just loading up one of the machines that I've just collected. Currently I've got my GoPro on the window there, on the wing mirror, because I've got to back up all the way down there into Audi car park. There is no other way for me to park, and it's the only way out, so I've got to basically beeline it straight back, and then hopefully people see me. I'm going to have me party beacons on, and just hopefully be able to get out of here in one piece. But what I do need to find is I need to find either a range or a B&M, because I've packed a blanket, I've packed clothes, I've packed shower gels and everything I need for a night out. But what's the most important thing? Pillows. Of course it is. Bloody hell. How could I forget bloody pillows? I went under the bed last night, lifted the bed up, and I looked straight at this nice big pillow that I've got, and I just pushed it to one side and grabbed my GoPro out instead. So yeah, what an absolute idiot. Right, let's try and get out of it. Drive behind me, you plonker. Can't you see? Large vehicle reversing. That's why I've got the party beacons on. Coming in, not bad. And you, hurry up. Right. I have to do this one, it's probably my busiest time. You're turning in, you're turning in. Hurry up, this is my place to go. What are you doing? Thank you very much. Fine person. Turn the party flashes off, and that is it. I don't know how much you would have saw of that last clip. Probably as much as you can see me right now. Not a fat lot. So, yeah, everyone seemed to have just ignored that I'm trying to pull out. I've already started pulling out, as you would have seen in the clip, and literally, people was just sat there blocking the junction, and they're just going, throwing their arms up in the air. Well, what do you want me to do about it? I've already gone past the car. Ready, wheel spin. Let's sort this out. Hang on, what's going on here? Can you see me? Hey! Right, I just dropped the phone. Hang on, I think it might be upside down. There we go. Right, we're back. We're back on track. I'm on a bit of a hill, sat in traffic, and I'm trying to bloody keep the truck moving, but it's stopping, and then I'll stop, and then it moves again, and it's like, I've got to now bloody start again. Come on, truck. Stay. Stay. So yeah, I'm now going to get a bit of food. I'm going to go get a meal deal and stuff from Tesco's, which is just up here, if I can ever get through the traffic, because I'm not prepared to pay stupid prices in the services. It's just as simple as that. I'd rather pay 5-6 quid on little bits of snacks. That'll do me for a meal, and then I'll just go and have a breakfast from the services in the morning. It is what it is. I'll see if they've got a McDonald's. Oh, McDonald had a farm. Yeah, see if they've got Mackie D's inside the services, and if they have, I'll go have a Mackie's breakfast. I think that's the best protocol in the morning. But for now, I'm just gonna go into Tesco's, if I can even get there, that is, because just looking on the maps, it looks like it's a little bit busy. Well, the road looks like it's going to be a bit of a busy road, so it is what it is. But I'm going to get there and just assess the situation. If I have to go through Huddersfield to get out of here, then so be it. I'll park on the wrong side of the road, run across and go through Huddersfield to get out. I have now got, look on the little dash, I've got an hour to basically get to the services, so it's not all doom and gloom. It says it's only half an hour away, so that gives me a half an hour buffer. But if I can get through this bloody red light. So yeah, I'll see you on the flip side. So what actually happened here was I got so carried away, like eating my snacks and just chilling out for the evening. Obviously I had to go inside the services, pay for parking, because anything longer than 2 hours you've got to pay for. So overnight sleeping in a truck you've got to go pay for, unfortunately. It was about 28 quid. Nothing too drastic, but you know, it's still a bit of a con. You know, that's where they get you, knowing you're a lorry driver. You got to pay it, else you're going to get a fine of whatever it can be. But yeah, I ended up chilling for the evening, putting my laptop on and just basically chilling, watching films. So yeah, that's why I didn't actually record when I parked up. Good morning, Starshine. The world says hello. And there we go. I'm awake. I fell asleep pretty early last night, but the bed's comfy. I enjoyed my night's sleep. And now, current rest is 11 hours and 14 minutes. So I can now start getting ready, and I will do my walk around checks. And then it's time to hit the road. Carry on with the rest of the day. I can't wait to get home tonight. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice sleeping here, but it's nice to have the comfort of your own bed. Definitely. So I need to get the bed packed up. I've got my stuff on there for a minute just so I can sit in the driver's seat and get the engine warming up and everything. And then I need to get down to Sheffield. Woolly Edge services weren't too bad last night. I went in and just had a nice wash and refresh and everything. But yeah, let's get the checks done and get back on the road. Right then, I've done a couple of deliveries so far, or collection and a delivery, but I've now got to get around the back of this hangar, down a country lane, pick up another one. That is another one collected. Come on, change gear. There we go. So yeah, now I'm back to the yard. I've got to go pick up a telehandler and deliver that into Birmingham. And then I've just got a couple of local ones on the way back down, collection wise. So it's all good, but until then, I'll see you back at the yard. Right then, I've been back to the yard, I've loaded up. I've now got a telehandler on and a different scissor. So I am now on my way up to Dudley and then across to Birmingham for the telehandler. I didn't set the GoPro up to record because the battery's dead, so it's actually on charge at the moment. But hopefully it will be charged enough to get some footage. Bloody late departure, bloody annoying thing in your ear all the time. So it should be charged enough to be able to get some footage of unloading. So yeah, it's not too bad. Didn't take me too long, about 45 minutes or so to load up. So yeah, it's going to be probably about half an hour until I get to the next delivery, and then I believe once I've done these two, I'm done for the day. But I'll phone the office and see what they say. I'll tell you one thing, you can definitely feel the weight of this. So the telehandler is about 12 ton, then I've got another scissor lift on which is about 2 ton. So yeah, 14 ton, which ain't actually a lot when you think I can carry 24 ton on this. But I'm going up a hill now at 25 mile an hour. I've just knocked it into manual mode to give me a bit more grunt on the ratio for the gears. Hopefully I'll be alright in 8th, up to 9th, and on a roundabout. We made it up the hill, that's a good thing. Round the roundabout, round and round and round. Back down to 8 because I lost some speed going around there. Yeah, you can definitely feel that this is that it's got weight on now, that's for sure. I've not carried anything this heavy on the Arctic yet, obviously being the first time yesterday. I have carried a telehandler on the rigid zone. That's a little bit different, that's a different kettle of fish, that one. Obviously you've got the body roll and everything with a rigid. You can feel everything with that. It's so much more different and it handles differently. Definitely prefer driving the Arctic with this weight on. It's definitely handling a lot better. Right then, got the camera set up behind me on the truck. You can't see it from here, but I'm going to do a little point of view driving off the truck basically, just to see what it's like and whatever. So yeah. And just like that, telehandler delivered. Right, time to go back to the yard. Right, level the truck off, auto level, then I need tag axle up, and now we'll be all good to rock and roll. Back to the yard. And just like that, the day is done. I've parked up, I've got all my stuff out. Hang on, you can't bloody see. Got all my stuff out, my pillows and whatnot. And now it's time to go home. It's been a long 36 hours. So I got in the truck at 5 o'clock yesterday morning. It's now 5:30 the next day in the evening. It's time to go home and chill out, ready for tomorrow, see what tomorrow brings. But thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed seeing me be an absolute baby on my first time driving an Arctic, please click the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. All in the next one. Peace.